answer for him?
I'm about to say that they still have the concerns because, geez, early on, he's in the backfield right away. Got to have some kind of an answer, man. First of all, maybe not run towards his side. Secondly, maybe we double team him, but there's got to be a plan because when you get near him, bad things happen for your offense.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
And this is going to be incomplete on third.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup because this environment is hostile.
Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Great place to start for this offense. Snap it to the back. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Picks up the first down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Got his man, and he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Booster, booster! Q, ready, go!
They'll run play action. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
Really nowhere for the quarterback to go that time. I like the idea of letting him try to run with it, but no opportunity to get up the field, so he just kept trying to use the speed going sideways. Defense took everything away, and a good decision by him to save a hit and just get out of bounds.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Now on the move. Gets it inside the 5, and now it'll be 1st and goal from the 4.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
The Sooners will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
A nice job by the defense with the edges. They try the touch pass on 1st and goal. Nice job setting the edge, not letting him get outside, making the good tackle, forcing 2nd down and goal.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They go to the draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
The 8th play of the drive coming. You'd hate to settle for a field goal. It's 3rd and goal. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Gets rid of it. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And this one splits the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And you'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about in that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Runs ahead and powers its way for 4 yards out to the 30. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Underwood. He'll throw it. It's complete to the right. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Finds a little space.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Underwood. That's reeled in. It's Buchanan. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
Beck's going for the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines!
That's Just a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. It didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting...
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He wants to change this route. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the grab, plenty for the first down. He's down immediately, but they convert on 4th down to keep the drive alive. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Gonna look downfield again. Makes the grab. Turning it on. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Sooners will hustle to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Give to the back. Inside the 35. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
And we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it started with serious physicality back in the day when they ran the option and just hit you in the mouth. But, you know, football's involved, and that's the one thing about this offense. Can they keep their physicality and assert their physicality? The good Oklahoma teams are physical.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Makes the grab. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. And the Sooners line it up with a 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. Finds his man. And he will score! Touchdown Sooners!
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. They'll open this drive, looking to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Complete. There he goes. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Throwing, Underwood. Unloads to the wideout. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Makes the catch. It's Hansen. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And as you start to settle into games as a play call, you start to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And they really got to find a way to get this running game going. They haven't figured it out yet. Like, maybe get the ball more on the perimeter. You know, find a way to get the ball to your running back in space. This offense really has to find a way to get the ground game going.
The Wolverines have pushed it inside the 20. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Now on 2nd down. Just feeds the running back. Got enough space, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout here. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. And he's going to bring this one out. He gets a block. Got him on the move. Wide open, it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give them a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Underwood to throw. Shoots it to the left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Back to throw, it's Underwood. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle on offense.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. Bought a little time, lets it go. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. They want to throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
I wonder how much of that incompletion is due to the pass rush. That quarterback did not have a lot of time to throw that football. This offensive line is going to have to do a better job giving him time.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd down.
Ready? Flag 18. Flag 18. Slide. Go!
Back to pass, it's Mateer. Quick completion on the out route. Lowers those pads. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
You see this more and more in college football. Motion the running back out of the backfield. What am I looking for? I'm looking to see if it's man coverage. Does the linebacker go and chase him? If he does, guess what I get to do? Take advantage of my matchup. I like my speed better than yours.
The Sooners peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line.
Ready? Flag 80. Go!
The run from the shotgun. Got enough for the first. Might have a chance. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Underwood. Firing to the right, complete. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
To the air, it's Underwood. Unloads to the right. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. He goes right back to the air. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And after that last completion, left them with just a yard or so to go for a first down. How will they attack on 2nd and short? Reads it, fires complete. Oh, he's got some space. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Quick release on the RPO. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Pocket breaking down. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Michigan choosing to spend its final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The sack makes it an even longer third down chance for this offense. Here's Underwood. Oh, they're after him. Intercepted to stop the threat. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive.
Ready, go!
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Right back to the well. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10.
Last turn, ready? Return. Ready, go!
Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Throwing, Underwood. Bringing the heat. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. Let's start with Texas in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's the Longhorns coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. They finally break into the win column after starting the year 0-3. Let's check in now on some of the other action today, as the landscape in this sport truly is ever-changing.
Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
So now it's second and long.
95, 96, break.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read.
Go, go.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Chucked it away just as he was hit. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Now facing a third and long from the 50-yard line.
Here we go, ready. 129, 129. Freeze, freeze. Flash, flash. Go.
To the air, it's Mateer. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And you have to wonder if going in at halftime in the locker room just slowed down the momentum a little bit for this offense. They had it going so well in the first half. They were up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard, scoring points. But here we go. First drive of the second half, and they run into a wall getting sacked on the third play of the drive. They're going to have to pick it up here in the second half.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Complete. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
He's brought down at the 25-yard line. That's a first down for the offense.
And the Wolverines, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Here's Underwood to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. It's caught downfield. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last two plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Underwood. Here's the pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
He does a really good job here. You want to get a huge play. You got to push the ball down the field. You need a bunch of yards. But wait a minute. Now he can just tuck it, scramble, go get you a bunch of yards. Now put you in a great 3rd down situation. Real heads-up play by the quarterback.
Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on 4th down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over. And if I'm the play caller here, I am taking a shot in a sudden change situation. Let me see if I can throw one deep and make this team pay for not getting that 4th down.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
The Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down.
Ready? Ready, go!
Pulls it and fires to the left. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Third and 6 yards to go. Making side adjustments here.
Slide, slide. Break, break.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. Looking to the big tight end. And that 3rd down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert.
Ready. Back 18. Back 18. Bubba, Bubba. Ready, go.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win one-on-one, and you're not going to get a bigger opportunity to prove that than on that 4th down. That was a throw vertically down the field. Not an easy one to complete. He just knew where his guy was going to be and when, stuck it right on him, and they keep the drive alive.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, man, this quarterback is fast. You saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit, and it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run it from the gun. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Here we go. Ready. Ready, 5. Go, go.
A run for the quarterback. There's some room. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. We take a moment to look at the stats of what has been a tight ball game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. To the air, it's Mateer. Looking for the score. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma! That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and he just has 4 now on the season.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. He'll be knocked down, but not before doling out some punishment and getting 7.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Still running at the 40. Turning on the Jets. He is in. Touchdown, Wolverines. When that receiver got 3, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 31-21. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
Here they come on 2nd and 3 from the 20.
Freeze, freeze! Ready! Blue, dirty blue!
The offense changing the play. Back to throw, it's Mateer. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety.
That's one the quarterback just has to learn from. When you're backed up like that, you've got to be able to get rid of the football. And I know he's got to scramble. He's trying to break out to the right-hand side to see if something positive can happen. But all that pursuit is coming after him. He needs to throw that thing away, live to play another play, but instead, he gives up the big safety.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Dances away to buy time. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
These receivers on these scramble drills are going to have to play with a little bit more urgency because this pass rush is getting after the QB. He was flushed out to the left but wasn't able to complete that throw because of the hit he took.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
I gotta be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen a defense contain this quarterback the way this defense has in this game today. Multiple sacks. They have been so disruptive. Multiple guys up front winning their one-on-ones. We gotta give the D coordinator a ton of credit. He has dialed up the perfect plays in the perfect moments, and they have made this guy's life a living nightmare today.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
and try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together, get some good mojo going.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5.
Hey, take it. 14-24 plus. 14-24 plus. Here we go.
Quarterback making checks. Back to pass. It's Mateer. Just missed his man. Gave him just a little too much.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Free yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. He's got it on the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6.
Down, ready. Wide 80. Go.
They want to run this quarterback. Keeps it himself and gets the 1st. Touchdown Sooners! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They go right back to him. And they're able to get him down.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. And he's going to come up just a tad short. Needed to get the ball to the 35, and they'll mark it at the 34. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Trying to keep the drive alive. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away.
Well, it's a moment in the game offensively where you like to think you can just run the football and not down in distance to stay on the field, but David, the defense wasn't having it. They completely bowed up front. Physical, and they dominated in that play. Absolutely nowhere for that guy to go, and this offense is going to walk out of here with the L.
And maybe you thought you could catch them off guard by running the football. You got to have it. You got to get this first down to extend the drive, to stay in the game. But the defense was not fooled. They were absolutely ready, in position, secure, strong, physical tackle in a big-time moment to get the W.
I think we all expected this game to be close. A couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is